Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a working outline. So here we are in Google Classroom, and I'm going to click on this tab that says Working Outline, and this little button right here is going to take you to the working outline, your file in Google Docs. So just click on that, and it's going to take you to your working outline, which will look like this, and it's just a blank Google document. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is give this a title. So let's say my fake research paper is about George Washington. And I'm going to name it George Washington, our first president. Okay, and then I want my title to be centered, so I'm going to highlight the whole thing and click this little button right here in the middle, and that's going to center it. Okay, and then I'll hit enter to get back down, and then I want my text to be to the left, so there we go. Alright, so a working outline is not the same as a regular outline. It's going to be something that I can change later. It's just like a basic overview, like a roadmap of where I need to do my research. So I'm going to go to this little tab up here on the left, or on the right, and it's got a little drop down. It says 1, 2, 3 next to it. And I'm going to choose my numbering style, and I'm going to go with the Roman numerals, and then the ABC and 1, 2, 3 right there. So it gives me Roman numeral 1, and that means the first section of my paper, and I'm going to want that to be my introduction. Okay, and then if I hit enter, it's going to put me on 2, but I don't want to be on 2. I want to have all the stuff that is in my introduction underneath of the word introduction. So I'm going to hit tab, and that's going to be on A. So these are going to be subtopics under the topic introduction. Alright, so if we go back to the classroom page and you click on President's Research Paper, in the document titled The American President Research Paper right here at the very top, if I click on that, this is the document that has all the instructions on doing your paper. Alright, so if we go to Introduction right here, it tells us some things that we need to include in there. What number president were they? What years did they serve as president? Did they serve 1 or 2 terms? Their political party, the job they had before, how they became the president, and then it has to end with a thesis, which is going to be whether or not they were good or bad, controversial, average president, what kind of president were they. Alright, so I know I'm going to need some of that information in my introduction. So I'm going to call the first part background. And then underneath the background, I'm going to tab over, and so these are going to be subtopics underneath the background. I'm going to put, let's see, I would want like first president, and then I'm going to put years in office, and I don't really have this information yet because I haven't done my research. Later on I can go back and replace it with the actual information. Political party. He was elected, so if I want something to go, I want that under first president. So I'm going to go back up to where it says first president and hit enter, and then I'm going to put elected, years in office, and political party. Let's see, what else did I need? Job he did before becoming president. He was elected. When they served. Alright, so I'm going to go back up here and hit enter, and then to get back out again, to make it say B, you just hit enter again. So enter takes you back to the left. It makes your categories bigger. Tab makes them smaller. It takes you to the right. So, jobs, let's see, in there we're going to name, maybe we'll name this, background. And we're going to name this one up here, presidency. There we go. Okay, so now under background, I'm going to tab that in. I'm going to put jobs, and maybe family. Okay, and I have decided that I want something to go before presidency. I'm going to start mine with a nice hook, so I'm going to hit enter and then tab that in. And I'm going to put, this is going to be my hook, and I want to use a quote. So I'm going to find a really good significant quote that Washington said, and I'm going to put it at the beginning of my introduction. Alright, and now down here, I want to go back out, and I'm going to put impact. So, like, what's some things that are of lasting impact? So, and then the last part of my introduction is going to be my thesis. And I don't know what my thesis is yet, so I'm just going to put thesis right there, and I can fill that in with something later. Alright, now I'm going to go back out, and then the next section, so that's got my introduction paragraph pretty much covered. I may take some of this out. Some of it might not be important. I might be able to get rid of some of it. Alright, so my next section is going to be early life. And under that, I'm going to do childhood. So in childhood, I'm going to need to have birthplace and year. Parents. Maybe siblings. Any other significant thing that happened in his childhood. Maybe, I think his father died when he was a kid. We could put that in there. Okay, and then, oops, if you ever lose your numbering, just go to the last place that you were and hit enter. Okay, and then I want to go back out, so I hit enter again. That takes me to B. Alright, I'm going to put next education. I don't really know a lot about his education, so I'm going to leave that there. And then maybe first jobs, or maybe career. I know that he was a surveyor, so career surveyor. Okay, and then I'm going to go back out and make another section, and this section is going to be about military career. And I know that he worked for the British for a while, so we'll do that, and then we'll tab into there. So, whoops, didn't spell that right. So if you see a little red line under something that means it's spelled wrong, you can left click it and it'll give you the correct spelling. Let's see, enlistment, that means when did he start being part of the Army. Then maybe like promotions. Let's fix that. And maybe like campaigns. That would be like the stuff that he did in the military. Did he go out, fight people, whatever. I don't know anything about that yet, so I'll figure that out once I do some more research. And then I know he was general during the Revolutionary War. And then general. And then I'm going to do some defeats. Because I know they were losing at first. And then victories. Alright. Then I'm going to go back out and I'm going to do presidency. And under that, at first I'm going to put, whoops, spelled that wrong. I'm going to put campaign. And under that one, tap that in, and I'm going to put political party. And opposition. So who is running against him? Alright, and then we're going to go back out. Whoops. Go here and hit enter again. There we go. election. Totally did not spell that right. Let's see. I don't know if he served 1 term or 2. I'm assuming 2 terms. Don't know. All right. So election. All right. While he was president, we'll say domestic policy. International policy. So what did he do in relation to other countries? All right, and then we're going to get that back out, and then we're going to put family. So marriage, home, where did he live, later life, what did he do after he was president? Okay, and then lasting impact. That's going to be things that he did that he's remembered for. And I don't know what's going to go under there yet, but I can add some more stuff later. So that's the basics of making a working outline. This is just going to be like a roadmap to help you when you're doing your research. So I need to find a quote. I need to know all this basic stuff right here. These are just going to be base facts. And then I know I need to research his background and childhood, education, that kind of stuff. And I'm going to use these as headings on my notes as I'm setting my notes up. Okay, so that's how you do that.